Hi ladies, I hope everybody's having a great week so far. We're on week 2. This week, this Sunday, we handed out these great little cards. This is one of the verses that Lindsay gave me when we were lunching, so I'm just going to read it for you really quick. It says, I'm watching over you constantly. I notice everything you do and take great interest in every aspect of your life. I know you so intimately that I have numbered the hairs on your head. You have no reason to be afraid, for you are of great value to me. So this all stems from you are loved. And that was the basis of when I realized, God loved me. And that's when I took ownership of it and really realized, I am a child of God. And I know we talked about that last week that, once you really realize that, He always wants you to win and He wants the very best for you. So that's when things started to turn around for me. So there were about 5 things in the very beginning of my journey that I felt were super important and that really kind of changed things for me. Making a commitment. So what I could commit to was 10 minutes in the shower. That's all I could do in the beginning. I felt like I had enough going on and I was too busy, and all I could give God was 10 minutes in the shower. Well, that's all He needed was 10 minutes. In those 10 minutes, He spoke more to me than, I could ever possibly imagine. And that's where things started to really change. The next thing was I needed to change my focus. I thought that the problem was everybody else and not me. When I started to see things, through God's eyes and started to change my perspective of life, it just made everything look a little bit different. And then I realized my heart needed to change about other things, other people, the situation, my husband, my child, work, whatever it was. When I started to really change my focus and really look to see, find God in that situation or see what God had for me in that situation, things really started to change. Learning to trust God. So this is one of the things we're going to think about this week. Has there been a circumstance or a situation in your life where when you were walking through it, you didn't know God was there, you didn't know He showed up, but looking back on it today, you realize, oh my gosh, God was there. So I'm asking for you all to come back this Sunday with an example. If you could just come back with one thing, because that's the thing, something concrete that you can hold on to when the next time that you're walking through something that, you're like, oh, God was there. Or just to realize no matter where you are, God's going to meet you. No matter where you are in your life, no matter what situation it is, whether you're making good choices or bad choices, God's going to show up for you. If you ask Him to, He's going to show up for you. Another huge thing for me was letting go of the worry. This is a thing for women. I think that we just, for some reason, we worry. We worry if we don't have a plan. We worry if, we can't picture in our mind how it's going to work out. We need it to go A, B, C, and D, and it might go A, D, C, and then a completely different direction. God's going to be there whether you worry about it or not. And you're wasting your time, or you could be missing out on something else God has for you, but you're too caught up in the worry. And the worry isn't for you. It's for God. God takes care of all of it, and it's not for us to worry about or put a second thought about it. We just need to, in ourselves, be thankful to Him that He already has it worked out, and the circumstances don't matter. How He doesn't matter. The plan that He has is the way it's supposed to go, not our plan. The other thing is that the past doesn't matter. So I talked a lot about the labels that had been put on me from the time I was young until I was 38 years old. I was still carrying around all of those labels, and those weren't who I was, but I was letting them be who I was. And like we talked about in the beginning, once you are rooted in Christ, once you know that you are a child of God, none of that past matters. And once you realize it doesn't matter, and it really just doesn't matter, and you can let go of it, great things can start to change for you. Your weight is lifted, you become free from all of that you aren't. And once you realize who you are, then that's when you can become, a better wife, a better mother, a better friend, a better person. And you start feeling that joy, the Spirit just rise up inside of you with the excitement for life. So we also talked about how to speak life over something, someone, a situation. We gave a lot of verses. Ephesians 1:15 through 19 was one. Colossians 2:7, Colossians 2:10, Colossians 3:1 through 4. So you can just speak these wonderful verses over whatever your situation is, whether it's a person, you can enter their name into it. We'll put some examples below of how we did this and how we just, we're only going to accept what God says. That is it. Nothing else. So that's something, if you need your perspective change or you come up to a bump in the road, then speak these over yourself, over your husband, over your life, and you will start to feel things change. You will start to feel it shift. So I hope everybody has a great week and you come this Sunday ready to talk about all these wonderful things and whatever else comes up in your life. If anything goes on during the week and you want to message us, go ahead and just put a comment in the little space below and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. Thanks. Have a great week.